Coach, you're coming off a big win over Defiance on Monday, setting a program record 141 points while shooting over 70% from the field. How does it feel to know that your team is capable to score so efficiently and effectively?
Yeah, because we have great spurt ability. I think we have a lot of different guys that can make shots, make plays. I think our offense is built that way. You know, our go-to guy, I always say, is the open guy. And our guys have complete confidence in each other, you know, and that's why our ball moves so, seamlessly. And when it does that, man, it really finds the open guy.
In that game, one of your team captains, Dan Lewis, led all players with 20 points. Can you just touch on the impact that he's made, in his first year and only year with the team?
Yeah, it kind of came full circle in a lot of ways for Dan playing against Defiance. He actually started out at Defiance College and then transferred to Eastern Illinois, and then started last year when we played Eastern Illinois here at home. You know, Dan was a starter for him, and when he entered the transfer portal, I think he was just looking to join a culture and find a place where he could win and also get a great education. And Miami checked a lot of those boxes. Obviously, being back close to home helped as well. Bishop Fenwick High School kid, and Dan could obviously shoot. He's tough. He's competitive. He's a leader. He's the only senior that we have on our team. He's seen a lot of college basketball. He's played a lot, and that goes a long ways. And I always say, like, if you look at his stat line, you're gonna be like, well, how much big of an impact's Dan having? He's having a way bigger impact than his stat line, I can tell you that. And he's a good player. He could definitely help us. He showed that against Defiance where he had 20, but just his leadership and his toughness and how he adds to our culture on a day-to-day basis, man, is priceless.
Yeah. You know, speaking of the culture building, being year 3, how important is it to, have guys like that in the locker room, especially when, you're starting to formulate that type of team that you want?
Yeah, it's everything. You know, in this kind of market that we're in right now, this landscape of college athletics, it's hard to form that culture and to have a consistent culture because guys are coming and going everywhere. And where I thought we did a pretty good job is we knew each individual that we brought into our program out of the portal, whether it was Cam Kraft, Peter Suter, Dan Lewis, Antoine. We had great familiarity with those guys and knew what they were going to add to our culture that we had already been able to build the first 2 years.
You begin conference play by hosting Buffalo this Saturday. How do you feel about the team's chemistry and overall health as you head into MAC play?
Feel good. You know, I think we're overall pretty dang healthy, knock on wood. We'll have some bumps and bruises as anybody else that has in the country, but nothing major. Chemistry-wise, I feel really good. Our guys are very connected off the court, and I think that shows on the court with how we play on both ends of the floor.
How do you feel in terms of a preparation standpoint, heading into conference play? Obviously you've had a mixture of opponents. Just what are your overall feelings?
Yeah, I think our non-conference has prepared us. We played a couple neutral site games. We've had some true road games as well. Obviously had several home games. So we've seen all different types of styles of play, and that's to prepare us for our league. And obviously starting off with Buffalo, and got a lot of respect for what George has been able to build there, and is going into his second year. Like, they've made a huge jump from where they were last year. So they're kind of the only MAC team that I'm really familiar with at this point. We're going to have a great challenge for us on Saturday, and we need all that. We need as many people to pack Willette as we possibly can here for that 1 p.m. tip.
Kind of touching on that a little bit more, what are you expecting from the Bulls, from a play style perspective, and, what you guys need to do to get it done?
Yeah, they're going to play really fast. They're going to rely on their guard play. They got 2 really good guards, Dunn and Sable. They're probably as dynamic of a backcourt as there's going to be in our league. So they're going to play fast. They're going to shoot a lot of threes, ton of ball screens. They have great space on offense. I would anticipate it being an up and down game, track meet. Should be a lot of fun for fans to be able to watch.